Hello everyone, Sef Alchemist here. Thank you very much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I want to address something that is quite important with you, and it governs how we navigate our life, how we make our decisions, and the paths that we choose to walk on. It is the alchemical mental transmutation. Alchemical mental transmutation is connected to the mind because our minds govern everything. And this is connected to the Hermetic principle of mentalism. There are 7 Hermetic principles from the book The Kybalion, and the first Hermetic principle is mentalism, which states that the all is mind. Mental transmutation is the ability to use in your mind to your own advantage for your enhancements, for your spiritual growth. And it is also the ability to transmute your intentions, your thoughts, from something negative to something positive, from something that may cause you harm and destruction to something that will boost you to the next beautiful phase in your life. And many cultures have addressed this. Even Abrahamic religions, Buddhism, Hinduism, Hermeticism especially, and alchemy, all ancient traditions and cultures have stressed out the importance of the mind. Everything comes from the mind, but it starts with one thing, and it is the most powerful thing that the mind can do. What is that? It's intention. Everything starts with your intention. What are you intending to do? What are you intending to accomplish? Because the mind without intention, it's just a big mess. It's a chaotic emulsion, mix of thousands of thoughts that just cross your mind every single day. According to science, the mind thinks up to 60,000 thoughts per day. But the mind was designed this way. There's nothing you can do about it. Even the Buddhists who meditate every single day and they have the ability to calm their mind down, they know this is the foundation. Your mind was designed to always think, to always have thousands of thoughts in it. So how do you organize that? How do you make sense of it? There's thousands of thoughts that are crossing your mind all the time. You're always doing something, but thinking about hundreds of other things. You don't want to, your soul doesn't want to, but the mind does. It's the goal of the mind. The goal of the mind is to think. But how can you use that to your advantage? First of all, we have intention. What do you intend with your life? What do you intend with your actions? In Buddhism, it is said that karma is even connected to your intentions, to your thoughts. So for example, if you intend something bad onto someone, that acts as bad karma. You haven't acted on it, you just intended it, that's still bad. If you intended some harm or hex or lust, anything, just by intending it, it counts as a negative bad karma. When you act upon it, the karma becomes even worse. But when you intend it, bad karma counts as well. Oh yes, it is very harsh. This actually proves how important your intention is and how it is so crucial to the manifestation of your reality. Because if intention wasn't that powerful, it wouldn't count as bad karma. You'll say, oh, I just intended that, I didn't do it. But no, when you intended it, there's energy attached to it. The fact that you intended something from your mind means that the energy that intended that might manifest even if you didn't take action upon it. Maybe you intended to hex someone, but you did not hex them. But your intention has energy that might manifest, and that person is going to be hexed because you intended it. And that's why the ancients and the wise masters of ancient times knew the power of the mind and the power of intention. If you suffer from some addictions, some toxic behaviors, maybe you're addicted to alcohol or to cigarettes or to drugs or whatever it is you're addicted to, the first step into getting out of the addiction is intention. You have to intend it and visualize it too. Visualization is very important. That's why meditation can help you control your mind. And when I say control your mind, it's not in the way that you're going to make it stop thinking. It's still going to think tens of thousands of thoughts per day. But you can control it in a way that makes sense for you. The thoughts, the thousands of thoughts that come and go, you're going to learn to ignore them. Meditation can help you ignore these thoughts. They're there. They're like your shadow. When your shadow is there and you see it, you don't go fighting with it. You don't go like and stomping on it and trying to remove it. You see it, it's there. It's a shadow. You ignore it. You don't even care if it's there or not. You barely pay attention to your shadow. It's the same with these thoughts that come and go. Meditation can help you treat them like a shadow. They're there, but you don't care if they're there. But the more you meditate, intend positive things that will lead to positive karma, and visualize those things manifesting and happening, that's going to help you with your manifestations. It's going to help you become more aligned on the right path. Even if what you intend or visualize in your mind is not going to manifest, but it's going to be close to what's meant for you. You have to visualize the positive things that you want. I keep persisting here that it has to be positive because you don't want to accumulate bad karma. Intend something good, intend something positive, and visualize it and meditate on it and try to focus on that thing and ignore all of these other thoughts. But when you meditate, some of you may ask me, Sef, the moment I close my eyes, I'm just like submerged and overflown with thoughts that I can't control. Well, obviously you cannot control them. That's what I'm explaining here. You can't control those thoughts. So you're just going to have to learn to witness them come and go like traffic. When you see traffic passing by, you don't chase it. You don't try to remove the cars and the trucks and the bikes that you see on the road. Do you go and try to remove them? No, you see them come and go. When there's a storm that hits and it's raining hard, do you try to go to the clouds and remove the rain? No, you just witness the rain. You see it fall until it goes away. That's exactly how you should act with your thoughts, these random thoughts that come and go, that cross your mind. They're there, but let them come and go. Some of them are positive, some of them are negative, some of them are good, some of them are not good. They're going to come and go. But your mind is designed that way. The human mind, whoever created it, was designed like that. So you have to learn to coexist with the fact that your mind is such. Meditation can help you calm down your energy and focus on the positive thoughts. That's what meditation can help you do. It doesn't help you remove thoughts from your mind. If thoughts are removed from your mind, then your mind cannot exist. It means it does not exist. It means your mind is dead. There are many techniques in Buddhism. You can focus either on your breath, or you can focus on one thought, or you can focus on one positive thing, or you can focus on a sound. a nature sound that's around you, or you can focus on the points that come in touch with the ground when you're sitting. But it all boils down to focusing on something. When you focus on that one thing, it could be even, again, as simple as the breath. The Buddha said the easiest way to reach that calm state in meditation is to focus on your breath. That's the easiest way. You focus on your breath, inhale, exhale, rising, falling. And you don't have to breathe so heavily. This is not Kundalini yoga. You don't have to go like, no. When you do Vipassana meditation, which helps you calm your mind and come at peace with everything, you're not even supposed to hear your breath. It should be as natural as possible. So you're sitting down, you're closing your eyes. You're not hearing my breath right now, but I'm breathing. And I'm focusing on my breath as I'm breathing, but you're not hearing anything. And I'm not hearing my breath either. And that's how it's supposed to be. And as you're focusing on that breath and you do it for a long period of time and you become used to it and you do it every day, you're going to realize that your focus is shifting away from these thousands of thoughts that come and go. They become in the background. You're not involved in them anymore. But what happens to most of humanity is that they're involved in these thoughts, these random thousands of thoughts that come and go. Not only that, they think it's their identity. People start building their identities based on these thoughts. But I'm here to remind you that they're just thoughts. And the alchemical mental transmutation, which consists in transmuting your negative thoughts into positive thoughts, is what's going to lead you to the right path for you, to enlightenment, to being calm all the time, because you're always focusing on something positive. Even the manifestations that you have in your life are going to become positive. But before you can do that in your physical life, first it starts with the mind, because the mind is where everything starts. It's where the world is created. It's where everything manifests from. It's from the mind. And again, the Hermetic principles said it, the all is mind. And this is even reflected in science. Your mind have the ability to shift and change realities. That's how strong your mind is. If you focus and make your mind believe that you don't have a certain ailment or disease, for example, then your mind have the ability to shift that reality and you not having the disease anymore. There has been many studies conducted on this. People who cured their ailments, their diseases, their conditions. And myself, I've been through that. And I cured myself from a chronic ailment that I had before. But yes, it's a lot of practice, meditative practice. It is eating healthy, of course, eating clean, but it's also the power of the mind. The more powerful your mind is, the more your magic is going to be enhanced. And this applies to gifts and abilities as well. For unhexing, for chasing malicious spirits, it's from the mind. If your mind is strong enough, and if you condition your mind to be strong enough to come face to face with these entities, then they can't harm you, they can't affect you in any shape or form, because your mind is very strong. You don't give in to the lower frequencies. When you become scared and you give in to fear, then your mind is going to take over. And when your mind takes over, it's a mess. Because thousands of thoughts, they're just going to overflow in your mind. And that's what happens to a lot of people when they lose control, when they become scared of situations or spirits or entities. It could be physically or spiritually. When you lose control of your mind, it's chaos. So some practices that can help you go through this alchemical mental transmutation and render your mind very strong, very sharp, but calm at the same time are meditation, and mainly vipassana meditation, and try to focus on one thing while you're closing your eyes, connecting to nature, going for walks in nature, feeding yourself and feeding your mind, conditioning your mind with knowledge and wisdom. And I have mentioned this in many of my videos. The more you immerse yourself in this useless, distractive content that you find nowadays on the internet, on social media, then your mind becomes conditioned with that. When you consume, let's say, 3, 4, 5 hours of useless, stupid content, your mind is gonna keep repeating that. It's gonna keep focusing on it. The same goes for some music that has really low frequency lyrics. Some music that has like lyrics that you can't even read in front of people. Yet it's a music that you hear on the radio. The more you listen to that music and those lyrics, that becomes your reality. Because you're conditioning your mind, that's the input, that's what's coming, so that becomes your reality. So when you start seeing more stupid people around you or stupid situations around you, don't be surprised, because you've been feeding your mind a lot of stupid things. If you want to become masters, always feed yourself with knowledge and wisdom. Always. If it's reading, if you like to read, read. Read knowledge and wisdom. If it's listening to knowledge and wisdom, listen. But always condition your mind to receive something that makes you more aware. More aware of who you are, more aware of your intentions as well. Because awareness is also very crucial here. You're aware of the fact that the thoughts in your mind that come and go, they don't represent who you are. You're aware of the fact that what you intend might manifest. Therefore, you only intend positive things, which are going to lead to positive actions, which are going to lead to positive karma. Awareness leads to positive intentions, leads to positive actions, leads to positive, beautiful karma. That's how it works. But you have to be always aware of this. And the more you do these practices for months, for years and years and years, then your mind is conditioned to always intend good, to stay away from harm, stay away from toxic, destructive behaviors. Your mind becomes conditioned to think positive thoughts, intend good thoughts, good actions, and then apply those good actions. And the more you do this, it becomes natural, it becomes organic. At first, it's hard. At first, it's really challenging to intend something and stay with it and ignore the other thoughts. But the more you do it over the years, it becomes organic. And it becomes the most dominant thing in your mind. And then even those background thoughts become positive as well. So your main intention and awareness, which is positive, rubs off on the other thoughts that are in the background. So even the thoughts in the background become positive. And they're not random anymore, whereas before they used to be all over the place and random. And that's what I mean when I say many times in my readings that you need to work on yourself. Alchemical mental transmutation is also working on yourself. It is meditation, it is eating healthy, it is practicing your gifts and abilities, it is connecting to nature, it is connecting to spirit, but it is also transmuting your mind always into something better. But you're going to have some withdrawals, because when you want to work on something, you're going to find resistance all the time. When you want to change something or transmute it, you're going to find resistance. And it works the same for your alchemical mental transmutation. When you're going to work on that transmutation, declare it to the universe, you're going to find yourself resisting it. So sometimes your mind will take you back to those negative thoughts, those harmful thoughts. But it's okay. This is the other thing I wanted to mention. If you find yourself going back to that negative state, that negative mental state that was there before, it's okay. Be in peace with it. Witness it. Observe it, just like the traffic, just like the rain. Observe it, it's there. But what most people do, they condemn themselves and they start saying, oh, I'm bad, I'm a bad person, why am I thinking about this? Why am I thinking about this bad thing? And I'm not supposed to think about it. No, it's okay. The thought arised, let it be there, acknowledge it, witness it, because it will go. It comes and goes, just like traffic. It will go. So if you find yourself back into those negative thoughts, try to just keep them as thoughts, because the thoughts you don't control, they just come and go. Intentions you do control. And that's why karma counts starting from the intention. So the thought, it's there. But the moment you start intending, okay, now karma is in play. Okay? So it's a combination of several practices. Eating healthy, cutting down on meats is going to help you with that as well. Because consuming meats is going to keep you stuck into the lower frequencies. And lower frequencies bring negative thoughts. Lower frequencies bring negative thoughts to your mind. That's why I always say you should leave the toxic behaviors that keep you stuck in lower frequencies. And the more negative thoughts are there, and if you don't work on yourself, they're going to transition into negative intentions. And negative intentions might transition into negative actions. And now you're down the path you don't want to be at. It's just bad karma there. I'm going to give you a story that reflects how this mental transmutation works. A long time ago, there were two monks walking, and they were about to cross a river. And it was raining, and it was muddy, and the weather was not good. And there was this beautiful woman who was walking by, and she wanted to cross the river, but she couldn't because the water was strong and there were like waves, and she just couldn't cross the river. And she was an attractive, beautiful woman. One of the monks asked, "Do you want me to help you cross the river because I see that you cannot cross it?" She said, "Yes, if that's possible, please." So he lifted her with his hands like this, and he crossed the river so she didn't touch the river. And when they crossed the river, she left and thanked him. The other monk who was with him saw what happened, and after they were walking for a while, they both crossed the river, they were walking for a while, the other monk couldn't help himself, he was bothered. And again, this is all from the mind, because notice what's going to happen here. So that monk asked his friend, he told him, "Hold on a second. How dare you? How dare you hold a woman in your hands? And you know that monks, we are not supposed to touch women. How dare you do that? This goes against our practices and we're not supposed to do this." The enlightened monk responded, "I let that woman go when I helped her cross the river. I let her go. But you're still carrying her with you in your mind." So here, the moral of the story is the first monk who helped the woman cross the river is able to control his thoughts and intentions because he did a good deed that resulted in good karma. He helped someone. There were no negative intentions, no lust, no sexuality involved, pure good karma. And he even stopped thinking about it because his mind is free. But the other monk, who clearly is still struggling in his mind, so he's not able to control his mind, is letting a thought take over his whole mind. Even though that happened in the past, that whole situation doesn't even exist anymore. It's in the past. But he's still carrying that with him to the present and probably to the future. So he's torturing himself. Instead of focusing on the present moment or focusing on a better intention, he's letting his mind take over. And this just shows how your mind is very, very, very important. It can be your heaven or it can be your hell. It can manifest peace and a beautiful life for you, or it can manifest torment and hell around you. It's up to how you condition your mind to think. What happened in the past, don't carry it with you to the present and to the future. It's in the past. Now, intend to focus on the now. I am focusing on the now. I'm going to drink something. I'm going to do it now, and I'm going to drink and enjoy this thing right now. I'm going to go for a walk. I'm going to just enjoy the walk. There are thoughts that are going to cross your mind. They're going to come and go. But again, just like traffic, see them come and go. There is loving kindness meditation as well, which intends love, happiness, peace, success to every being in existence. You can just sit down, close your eyes, and intend peace, happiness, success, abundance, beautiful things to every being in existence. That's all you focus on in the meditation. You can do that as well. Because the mind, your intention, and your energy can make miracles happen. But you can't be attached to the results. You might be able to manifest small things easily. For example, you want to buy something. You're going to go to the store and buy it. There you go. You manifested it. You want to go for a walk in the park. You go to the park. You have your walk. You manifested it. The small things are easy to manifest if you intend them, if you want them. But for big things, for that you're going to have to let the universe do its part of the work. You're going to intend, for example, on buying a house that's expensive, or let's say a car, or going on a trip that's going to cost a lot of money, or something that's hard for you to manifest instantaneously. So in that case scenario, let's take the example of a house. You're going to intend to buy a house. And you're going to do your meditation and visualize how you want this house to be positive, visualize yourself having happy moments there, and anything else that's positive that you can imagine about this house. But unlike the small things you go and buy from the store, the house is not going to manifest just the next day. Maybe it will, but I'm just saying, generally speaking, it's going to take some time. But here you have to be detached from the results. How is that house going to manifest is not up to you. Because if you become attached to the results, now you're jeopardizing your mental transmutation again. Because instead of letting the universe take care of your intention, because the intention is out there, instead of letting the universe taking care of it, you're interfering with it. You're like, well, a month has passed. I'm not seeing this house. How come? Okay, I'm not making more money, so I don't think I can buy this house. So you're jeopardizing your own beautiful mental manifestation that's in the works. You're canceling that transmutation. And you're actually reversing the process. You're now going back to negative thoughts. So you're transmuting backwards. You're taking something beautiful that's in the works, that the universe is taking care of, and you're rendering it negative. You're like, oh, well, I don't see the money, so maybe I can't buy this house anymore. So now you're back to lower frequencies. So you have to be always aware of your thoughts and let the universe handle these big things that you desire. And they will always manifest in the most bizarre ways. I call this bizarre manifestations. I'm going to give you an example. Let's say you want a car that's a 2025 model, brand new. and it costs a lot of money, and you really want this car. And you're gonna visualize yourself driving it and see it on the road many times, and even go to the dealership and see it close, touch it, and you meditate on the fact that you really desire and want this car. You have conditioned your mind to welcome this car in your life. So the rest is going to be up to the universe. Now you did your part. And again, you can't be attached to the results. So two things are going to happen. One thing is that if this car is never meant to be in your life because maybe it's going to cause you a car accident or something else that's bad for you, the car will never manifest in your life, no matter what you do. That's another thing. Because there are higher powers that go beyond our minds. Our minds are powerful. They're powerhouses that can manifest a lot of things. They create our realities. Everything you see around you, it's the creation, the manifestation of your mind. But, and many people don't mention this in the spiritual community, there are higher powers that govern that. So if what you desire is not meant for your path, it will never manifest. No matter how many visualizations you're going to do, no matter how many mantras you're going to say. So that's case one. Case two, if that car is supposed to be in your life, what's going to happen is it will manifest, but it's going to be in the most bizarre, unconventional way. For example, 2 years pass, and now it's 2027, and a friend of yours, someone you know, has that car in 2027 and they want to sell it at a cheaper price. And in 2027, it just happens that you're going to have the exact money you need for the down payment for that car, either through a raise or a bonus or something that the universe is going to give you. So 2 years later, someone is selling that car and you have the money for it ready and you get the car. So there you go, you manifested the car, but it was 2 years later, so it was not in the timing you wanted it, and it came in the most bizarre way. Your friend was selling it and you just made some money, but that money was for the car. Meaning that when you want something right now and it's big, it's something that can be manifested easily, like a car, let's say an expensive car, just know that it's not going to be manifested right away. That's why I'm telling you, you have to detach yourself from how it's going to be manifested. But it will. It will. You got that car, but you got it in 2027, not in 2025. But you got it. You manifested it. If it's food, it's different. You desire to eat something, you can either make it in the kitchen or go buy it from some restaurant. That's much faster. But when it's something that requires a lot of energy, like a house or just anything that requires a lot of effort, then it's gonna be manifested in your life if it's meant for you in the most unconventional, bizarre way. But you have to be in peace that it's gonna happen someday. Because if you start interfering with the universe and say, no, 1 year has passed, I'm not manifesting this car, I don't see it in my life, then maybe it's not gonna come to you. Because you're using your own mind again, and your mind is powerful to cancel the manifestation. If you used your mind, just think about it. If you used your mind to manifest something, you can also use your mind to cancel it, to remove it from your life. So don't wish for a house or a car, and then when you don't see it happen within 6 months, don't remove it using your mental energy again, because you can remove it. If you created it, you can also remove it. What you don't see is that it's in the works. It's going to take some time for it to manifest. But what most people do, they start creating something, they start putting it out there in the universe, it's in the works, but few months pass and then they remove it. They're like, oh, it's not happening. I don't see this happening. Okay, so I don't think I'm going to have it. And the universe is like, oh, okay, I see that you don't want this anymore. And that's it. And the manifestation for that thing stops. And it doesn't happen in your life. That's what happens to most people, because everyone wants things right now. But the physical reality doesn't work like that. Unfortunately, I hate to break it to you, but that works only in the higher realms. Instant manifestation works only in the higher realms, not in this physical realm. In the physical realm, things take time to happen, to manifest. Think about just eating a meal. You have to prepare it before you can eat it. You can't just manifest it from thin air. You're not going to have like a soup or a stew just right there ready in front of you. You have to go to the kitchen and prepare it and cook it and cut and boil or whatnot before you can have something ready so you can eat it. And that's why the mental transmutation is very important, because you're always calibrating your mind on focusing on the positive things, being in the now, creating beautiful things for your life, but leaving the results up to the universe. And if whatever you desire does not manifest, it's okay. Know that it was not meant for you. It's a blessing in disguise. Know that that thing maybe could have caused you harm. If the universe let it happen, it would cause you harm. And that's why it didn't happen. So this subject is quite tricky, because controlling the mind is the most difficult thing one can do. The Buddha said it's easier to conquer 1,000 lands than to conquer oneself or one's mind. When he says oneself, it's meaning one's mind, because the mind governs your reality. Because as you're working on your alchemical transmutation, you're simultaneously working on your mental transmutation. They go hand in hand. So you're enhancing your mind, your soul, and your body. So whatever it is that you do to condition your mind, am I thinking something positive? Am I thinking something negative? Am I intending good things today or not? When the day passes, what did I intend today? Did I intend good things or bad things? Did I act on those good things? Did I act on those bad things? You can help yourself with journaling. Journaling can help you concretize your intentions on paper, and reading them can help recondition your mind on positivity and positive actions. Mantras as well, affirmations. I mean, these things most of you know already, but let me remind you that it all starts with awareness, because no matter how many mantras you're going to say, if you're not aware of the fact that what you're intending is meant for good, it's going to help your life. It's going to enhance your soul. Maybe it's going to help other people. It's going to help the earth. It's going to help the animals. If you're not aware of that, mantras are not going to help. So your awareness about the intention is always the most important thing. And meditation, meditation, meditation in any shape or form is key to govern your mind and help with your alchemical mental transmutation. So it's always on top of everything. So it's always immaculate. Okay? How about you? How do you transmute your mental ideas, thoughts, intention? How do you deal with that? How do you make sure that your intentions are always positive? Let me know in the comment section. I'm curious to know. Share that with me and with all of us. I hope this helps. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.